I mean it, Julian. Don't let yourself get aroused before you get your penis reattached, because if you become erect, you could die.
I certainly don't want a repeat of what just happened. It was the worst pain I've ever felt in my life. Even worse than Rebecca's dungeon lovemaking fantasies. Trust me, never try to have sex in a bed of nails.
Ouch.
Julian, you were very lucky that I was able to get you a shot in time to stop your excitement from building to a fever pitch, because little Julian could have just popped off, and it would have made reattachment a tad more difficult, if not impossible.
Well, thank goodness that didn't happen. I'd hate to be the reason people started calling you Stumpy.
Oh, Gad, wake me up from this nightmare.
Julian, now I know you're feeling frustrated.
And humiliated.
But there is every hope that the corrective surgery will be able to fix what's wrong with your penis. Just don't do anything, and I mean anything, to become aroused.
I just don't know if that's possible either. I'm a man. I'm a hot-blooded man, despite my damaged dangler.
Well, just don't think of things that excite you. And you, keep your clothes on.
Fine, but I have to say, for the record, I'm pretty sexy dressed, too, you know.
Yeah, so I'll attest to that.
Right then, Esme, we'll have to leave. As a matter of fact, I'm going to restrict all of your visitors till we get this situation under control.
But I'll get lonely by myself.
Well, that's just the point.
It's going to be very hard for me.
I suggest you phrase that in a different way.
Oh, mercy.
Ethan, look at this. The proof is right here. Little Ethan is the one who turned me blue. He deliberately put chemicals in my bathwater just to be mean.
We don't know that.
Okay, who else could it have been?
Maybe someone on staff. They all hate you, Gwen. You and your mother.
Pilar, don't even try and put this on anyone else. Little Ethan did this, and you know it.
I know no such thing.
Ethan, remember Dr. Spears said that little Ethan staying here could lead to behavioral problems, so apparently they've started already? Look, we need to send him to boarding school as soon as possible before he kills us all, then tortures the mansion to cover his tracks.
Okay, let's not be ridiculous.
I mean it. Teresa's little spawn is going to boarding school tonight.
Do you believe me now? I love you and only you.
Well, it seems your plan to snag Luis isn't going as smoothly as you would like.
I'm not worried. I'm having Luis's baby. There's no way he'd choose Fancy over me and his child.
You need to go find little Ethan and tell him that he's off to boarding school.
Gwen, calm down. We don't know for certain that it was little Ethan that turned you blue. As a matter of fact, he's the last person I would accuse of something like this. He never does anything wrong.
True.
And for him to do something like this when he's such a good kid, it doesn't make any sense.
Ethan, hello. This is what Dr. Spears, the psychologist, he said this would happen. The only surprise here is that it happened so soon.
Look, A, we don't know that little Ethan is responsible. And B, if it turns out that he is, sending him away seems like overkill to me, Gwen.
Absolutely.
Yeah, well, I bet that's what Mr. and Mrs. Menendez felt like when Eric and Lyle started acting up at first, and we all know what happened to them.
I cannot believe how over the top you were being.
Oh, my God! Would you look at me, please? I am completely blue. This stuff on my skin is probably toxic. I'm probably going to wind up poisoned.
If only.
I wish.
Gwen, you're overreacting.
Overreacting? Oh, no. Little Ethan is going to boarding school. Right now.
Breathe in, breathe out. You keep me alive. You are my passion for life.
Ethan, I mean it. I want little Ethan packed up and shipped off to boarding school tonight.
Gwen, I'm not going to do anything until I have talked to little Ethan and I find out what happened. At this point, we still don't know he's responsible for this.
Well, I agree with him.
Oh, of course you do. Stop defending little Ethan. It is so obvious that he's the one who did this to me.
Please stop assuming that he's guilty.
You know what? We've wasted enough time arguing. You need to go find little Ethan. And you know what? I bet you he'll even confess.
Gwen, I will find him and I will talk to him.
Talk to him. Ethan, you're not going on some congressional fact-finding mission here. You're supposed to be getting the truth. I have an obviously very troubled boy. And I suggest you do it quick before he hurts Jane or Jonathan.
Oh, God, Gwen, you're talking as if you were a mass murderer or something.
Well, let's hope he gets the help that he needs at boarding school before it even comes to that.
You vicious bitch.
You're being so ridiculous. Little Ethan would never hurt Jane or Jonathan.
Pilar's right. He loves his brother and sister, Gwen.
Yes. Isn't that always what the surviving relatives say on TV after the child has already murdered his family?
Oh, my God, Gwen, stop it, okay? You're way out of line.
Okay, Pilar, let's say it again. Little Ethan did this to me. Who else? And don't say one of the servants.
Did you ever stop to think that maybe your bubble bath reacted with some of the chemicals in the mansion's water softening system?
That's a good point.
Okay. Little Ethan did this to me because I raised my voice at him the other night, all right? He needs to learn that revenge isn't good and that this kind of behavior is not going to be tolerated.
Look who's talking.
Hypocrite.
Little Ethan is going to boarding school tonight if I have to take him there myself.
No, you can't send little Ethan away. You are not his mother.
I'm not worried about fancy Aunt Sheridan. She doesn't stand a chance with Luis now that I'm having his baby.
You seem awfully sure of yourself.
I am. Just watch. Luis will be mine before we even christen our bundle of joy.
Believe me when I tell you how much I love you.
I do. And I love you too. Just promise I'll never lose you.
You won't.
Well, I'd feel better if Pretty weren't hovering around us. I just don't trust her.
Well, then trust me. You've got nothing to worry about.
And the amigos too? I'm sorry to interrupt you guys, but Luis, I'm ready to go home. All this baby stuff is so emotionally exhausting.
I can understand that.
Do you mind giving me a ride back to the mansion? I don't want to go back alone.
Oh, I'm sure Aunt Sheridan can give you a lift back to the mansion.
No, I don't mind giving you a ride at all.
I have to hand it to Pretty. She's good at driving wedges between people.
Thank you so much, Luis. It means a lot to me to know how much you care about me and the baby.
Luis said he loves me. Only me.
I'll pull the car around.
Oh, you know what? It's okay. I kind of could use some fresh air.
You can sign your discharge papers on the way out.
Oh, great. Oh, sis, are you coming?
No, I have my own car.
Oh, that's right. Too bad.
I'll see you back at the mansion.
Damn it. Well, that's some wedgie Pretty gave you.
Gertrude, would you mind repeating yourself? Because in my wildest dreams, I couldn't imagine that the nanny would talk to her boss that way.
Oh, I said that you cannot send little Ethan away because you are not his mother. Mr. Winthrop's about to become his adopted father, so it's his decision to make, not yours. You have no say in this, ma'am, whatsoever.
Oh, well, the hell I don't. And by the way, Gertrude, you're skating on thin ice.
Oh, I'm just speaking up for little Ethan. He wants to be here with us.
Oh, I don't care what he wants.
Okay, ladies, please, come on.
No, don't do this, Mr. Winthrop. Mm-mm. Do not send little Ethan away, because it is not what his mother would want.
Oh, really? Well, Gertrude, how would you know what little Ethan's mother would want?
All right, Julian. I mean it. I don't want you to do or think anything that might arouse you.
What am I supposed to do, lapse into a coma?
Just think pure thoughts.
First time for everything, I suppose.
Read a book.
Oh, yes, I could begin with Thomas Jefferson's biography, especially the part where he gets it on with Sally Hemings.
Okay, Julian, then just watch TV.
Or what about, yes, the Weather Channel with its talk of heat lightning and storm surges?
Meditation, Julian, okay? Just don't think about sex or women or anything titillating.
You had to use the word titillating.
Here, kid, look at these.
Oh, global business, field and forest. Why not a National Geographic? I could look at pictures of those top-heavy indigenous women dancing themselves into orgiastic ecstasy.
Julian, there is nothing sexual in either of those magazines.
Or interesting.
Okay, well, you'll have to be dull for a little while longer.
Well, no matter how brief the time before my next surgery, it'll seem like an eternity if I'm relegated to reading this tripe.
Okay, well, then I guess there's a choice. You can be limp and live, or you can have one last erection and die. Doesn't seem like a very difficult decision to me.
Well, perhaps not for you.
Oh, Jules, I just love the simmering sexual undercurrent and everything you say.
Give me specifics.
Esme, please cut that out. And I expect you to stay away from Julian until after his surgery.
Okay, well, goodbye, my love. I can't wait for the day that I can make little Julian live again.
You just stay down, boy. You just go to sleep. And we'll both be taking a dirt nap. God, look how big that is. Damn it. That's what they used to say about me. Oh, looks like I'm about to land a big one.
Oh, I love a man with a big rod.
Oh, the better to catch you with.
Oh, I'm sorry, Pookie. But I have a whole bunch of castaways waiting for me on a deserted island. And if I don't start swimming now, I'm going to be late.
No, you're mine. I caught you.
Oh, no, Pookie. I have to go where most of the men are, so you lose.
Help! I need help here!
Oh, let me go!
You hold her down while I get ready to pierce her with my harpoon. Surf's up, so to speak.
Oh, who needs all those castaways when I can have the big kahuna himself?
Wait in line, merminx.
We were here first.
I'll drop my anchor, and whichever one of you hoists my sail first. It's going to be harder than I thought. Not to be hard. I know. I watch TV. Surely there's some boring infomercial on about curing hair loss or making billions in real estate. Good. I wonder. Rap videos are so popular. Look at those gals in those little bikinis and all their curvaceous splendor. Okay. Let's change the channel quickly. My goodness. Look at that red-headed minx giving it to that lucky guy. What sort of sick mind comes up with this stuff? There's got to be some reclusive hack with too much time on his hands. Still, that hot redhead giving it to that guy makes me have certain ideas the next time Rebecca... Time to change the channel once more. God, can these Caribbean work out? Look at them coconuts. Oh, God. Quickly changing. War movie. That is the biggest cannon I have ever seen. Can you imagine the size of its payload? Oh, God, that's it. This is not going to work. I must turn off the TV.
There you go. All right. I get you anything else? Giant footstool?
No, thank you. Luis, thank you again for taking me home from the hospital. It is a huge comfort to know that you really do care about me and our baby.
Of course I care.
I don't feel alone anymore. You know, after what you said at the hospital about me and the baby being the most important things in the world to you. You mean that, right?
I said it, didn't I? Sheridan.
Hey, made it back safely, I see.
Yeah, the police siren was a nice touch.
Yeah.
Well, nothing's too good for our baby.
That's right. Anything else before I leave?
You're leaving?
Yeah, Fancy and I, we have plans today.
Well, this won't do. Oh, well, never mind. I'll just do it myself.
Do what?
Well, I was thinking of turning the guest room next to mine into a nursery for the baby, and I thought you might want to help me plan it.
Now.
But if you're too busy...
You want to work on the nursery now?
Yes, but only if Luis can help me with it.
Well...
Pretty is good at being bad. I'll give her that.
How can you possibly be thinking about the nursery now? You just found out you're pregnant.
I just want to be prepared. I mean, I'm determined to have everything be perfect, you know, so that he or she will feel that they're loved.
This has nothing to do with your baby. You're doing this to keep Luis from spending the day with me.
That is a terrible thing to say.
Terrible, but true. I know what you're up to, Pretty. You're trying to come between me and Luis. Well, it won't work. So, Gertrude, how do you know what little Ethan's mother would want? I mean, you never met Teresa, which, by the way, you should consider yourself very lucky.
Gwen.
I'm so sorry. I really meant no disrespect. Well, I've heard so much of the kind of mother Teresa was from, well, you, Mr. Winthrop, and Ms. Lopez Fitzgerald. Yes, I understand that she was very devoted to her children, involved with them despite her demanding position at Crane Industries and her very unhappy marriage to Mr. Alistair Crane.
Well, you're right, Gertrude.
I've also come to realize that little Ethan's mother came from a very close-knit family. So, the impression that I got was that Teresa was the kind of mother who would never send one of her children away.
You're right. No, you're very right. Teresa didn't believe in raising children just to have them sent away to be raised by somebody else. She believed that families should be close and stay close. And she's told me numerous times how much your family suffered when you were forced to send Paloma to Mexico, and Teresa vowed never to do that to her children, to never send them away.
It's true. It's true. I did.
Ethan, this is a decision for you and I to make. not for the help to make.
Gwen, don't be rude about it.
Whatever, it's true. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go take a shower and try to get the rest of this blue stuff off of me. Then you and I can sit down and talk about Little Ethan going to boarding school.
All right, I have to find out if little Ethan is responsible for turning her blue.
Oh, sir, if I may, that really is no reason to send little Ethan away. Oh, the poor thing would think that he's just being punished on top of being abandoned. Remember, Miss Hotchkiss was the one who lost her temper. She hurt him first if he did try to get even with her by turning her blue.
Gertrude, I know where you stand, and it's to your credit that you're very passionate about the children. I'm going to call the kitchen and see if the servants have seen little Ethan.
Gertrude, I want to thank you so much for being my grandson's champion.
Oh, well, I just had to speak up for him, you know. I just feel that little Ethan's mother wouldn't want what Miss Hotchkiss wants.
No, she wouldn't. All this talk about Teresa. I'm dreaming, hoping against hope. Gertrude is Gertrude, isn't she?
Glass should be as transparent as you are, Pretty. Using this baby to come between me and Luis?
How could you say such a thing?
Easy?
That's not what I'm doing, okay? I just want my baby to feel wanted and loved.
I do too.
So I want to make a nice, welcoming room for our child, Louise. I mean, your son with Aunt Sheridan was born in a pit. Our baby deserves better.
Excuse me, but I was held prisoner at the time.
Look, the point is that Marty's life was turbulent from the moment that he was born. Beth used him to steal you away from Aunt Sheridan. An innocent baby, Louise, treated like a lure. I don't want that for our child.
Oh, please.
I just want to ensure that our baby feels safe and secure.
I want that too.
But you want to spend the day with Fancy Moore.
No, we already had plans.
And our baby wasn't planned.
No. That's not what I meant.
It's fine. You know, it's better that I know now rather than later.
No what?
That I was wrong to believe you. Look, you said you wanted this baby, but maybe you don't. You know, maybe I should have just had the abortion after all.
Don't say that.
It's better than bringing an unwanted, unloved child into the world.
No, Pretty. Listen, okay? You did the right thing by not having the abortion. I want this baby. I love this baby.
Oh, my God, honey, what happened to you?
Little Ethan happened to me, okay? Little Ethan put dye in my bathwater.
Why would he do a thing like that?
Because he's Teresa's spawn, that's why. And why do you look like a straw version of the Statue of Liberty? What is this?
Oh. Well, see, Eddie, I mean, you know, Dr. Spears and I, we were out in the barn.
Oh,
and I tell you, it is
Please spare me the details.
Okay. Well, let's get back to little Ethan then. You know, this could be just great. It could be perfect. It could be just what we need to convince Ethan that little Ethan should go to boarding school.
Look, I'm way ahead of you. Believe me, I made it crystal clear to Ethan that after attacking me, little Ethan is for sure going off to boarding school.
Well, that's perfect.
No, it is not perfect.
Why not?
Because that hideous Gertrude went on and on about how Teresa, little Ethan's mother, would never want little Ethan to be sent away.
What is wrong with the help these days? I mean, before you know it, they're going to want minimum wages, they're going to want safe working conditions, and holidays off.
You know what? Is flogging illegal? Because Gertrude certainly has it coming to her.
Well, you help yourself to any of my whips, honey. They're down in my dungeon. Playroom.
You know what? There's really something about that woman that I don't like.
I know, you keep saying that.
I can't exactly put my finger on it, but my gut is telling me that keeping Gertrude around is going to be trouble.
Well, then fire the beast.
Yep, don't worry. Gertrude is next on my hit list, and once little Ethan is packed up and shipped off to boarding school, I'm getting rid of Gertrude.
Well, none of the servants have seen little Ethan.
Well, maybe he heard Gwen's rant and he's hiding.
Lar, I have to be honest with you. I'm on the fence about this whole thing. You heard how adamant that Gwen was about little Ethan going to boarding school. Well, the child psychologist agrees with her. As Dr. Spears said, that keeping little Ethan here could lead to behavioral problems, and bang, as if on cue, Gwen turned blue.
But it could just be a coincidence, Ethan.
I won't know until I talk to little Ethan.
You're not going to send my grandson away because he did one bad thing, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to be objective about this whole thing. I just want to do what's best for little Ethan, really.
A good parent like yourself always does what's best for the children. You can't listen to what anybody else has to say. Just trust your instincts as a parent.
I want to.
I mean, I don't care what Gwen or this psychologist has to say. You are little Ethan's father, and you know that boy better than anybody else.
Laura, I am not really little Ethan's father. Julian is.
I just can't take this anymore.
Mama, don't.
Take what?
Now that Teresa's gone, Ethan, I think it's time that we talked about you being little Ethan's father.
She's going to tell Ethan the truth.
Pretty, you have to stop doubting me when I tell you that I want this baby. I want this baby, okay? Now listen, if you want to get started on the nursery today, I would be more than happy to help you, okay? I'll go with you. We'll look at some things, get some ideas.
Are you sure, Luis?
I want this baby to feel wanted and loved just like you do.
Thank you, Luis. And I'm sure our baby thanks you too. Okay, so I'm gonna go get a pen and some paper, and so we can take notes in the guest room, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Please do not let this ruin our day, okay? I promise you it's not going to take long.
You're missing the point, Luis. Pretty is using this baby to manipulate you and keep us apart. Now it's the nursery, next it'll be doctor's appointments, and then picking out baby names, on and on.
All right. I know that she is needy right now, okay? I'm not stupid. And you're right, she is testing me. But I don't think that she's being manipulative. I think that she is just a scared single mother. So I need to ease her fears, okay? So I need to be around and be involved, not just talk about it, okay? I can't risk her changing her mind and lose this baby.
Pretty knows that. She's testing you to keep you on a short leash.
Right. Maybe you're right. Maybe she is testing me. But that is a chance I'm going to have to take. I can't risk her changing her mind and having an abortion, okay? I've already lost Antonio, and now Teresa. I can't risk it.
Look at them go at it. And I'm just getting started.
This wrestling is probably the one thing that doesn't turn me on. Everything else on television is riddled with sex. Talk shows, court shows, commercials. It's too bad I can't participate in the decline and fall of Western civilization any longer. I mean, it really is just like ancient Rome all over again, isn't it? I used to be in the thick of it. Now I'm relegated to the sidelines. I promise you, I will make it up to you.
Break it up.
More hair pulling, more biting, more blood.
Okay, now fight clean, ladies.
How dare you?
You uncivilized cow!
You! You vixen!
Okay, now fight clean, ladies.
You tramp!
Oh, you diamond!
sake, you think that stuff grows on trees? Oh, dear, that's more like it, yes. Oh, yes.
Damn it. It's no use. No matter what I do, I still start thinking about sex. It's who I am. I'm a man with huge carnal urges who once had the equipment to fulfill them. I know what I'll do. I'll just go to sleep. I won't think about anything.
Come on, Pookie. Give Becky what she wants.
Oh, make love to me, Julian.
Be my love slave, you hot hunk of manhood.
That's it. There's no hope. I'm destined to die from thoughts of doing the deed. Oh, what a way to go.
I don't understand. Teresa's death doesn't change the fact that Julian is little Ethan's biological father. All it changes is that I'm finally moving to adopt the little guy so he's legally my son.
No, Ethan, it's more than that.
Has Mama lost her mind? If she tells Ethan the truth, Gwen will make good on her threat to have Juanita come kill my whole family.
Flower, how is it more than that?
Ethan, the truth is that I've been...
Excuse me. I'm so sorry. Oh, my. I'm just so upset about what happened with little Ethan. I wasn't watching where I was going.
It's okay. It's all right. We're all thinking about little Ethan right now.
Flower, you were saying...
It's just that for the longest time I've
wanted to interrupt. Are you all right?
I'm fine.
Really? Because I bumped you pretty hard.
No.
Oh, yeah. Why don't you sit down? Yeah, Miss Elvis, sit down. Sit down, and I can give you some, hot cocoa with some chili pepper.
Thank you. I'm sorry. Did you say hot cocoa with chili pepper?
Well, I worked for this family in Mexico, and, that's how they like their hot cocoa. So I know that you're from Mexico, so I just assume that's how you take yours.
See?
I'm asking you to try and understand my position. Pretty is pregnant with my child, and I cannot risk losing it. So if indulging her now means having her focused on having the baby, then so be it.
Okay. As long as you know she's using you.
I know that she is testing me, okay? And I'm okay with that. All right, look, I promise you I won't be long, and then we'll have the rest of the day, okay?
Luis, you ready?
Oh, yeah. Let's get started.
Okay, this is going to be so exciting. I think that the walls should be yellow because it's gender neutral. And I think there should be
You sure don't look happy.
I'm not. I see what's happening. I see what Pretty's doing. She's trying to destroy my relationship with Luis. And the truth is, when this is all over, Pretty will have succeeded. Luis and I won't be together anymore.
One down, one to go.
What is it about Gertrude that seems so familiar?
I hope Mama's not on to me.
Pilar, I want to hear what you have to say, but I need to find little Ethan and get his side of the story before I talk to Gwen again about sending him to boarding school.
You wouldn't send my grandson away, would you? Doing one bad thing.
Well, I haven't made any decision yet, but when I do, it'll be based upon what's best for him. When it comes to his well-being, I'm determined to do what's right. But it's my responsibility. Okay? Not Gwen's, not anyone else's.
Oh.
Gertrude.
Oh, yeah. Yes, ma'am.
I just wanted to tell you that my daughter would be so proud to know that you stood up to Gwen. It's almost as if...
Excuse me, ma'am. I really need to go check on Jane and Jonathan.
No, pero no he terminado de hablar contigo, por favor.
Oh, I'm sorry, but can't it just wait until I get back?
You understand Spanish.
Oh. I learned the language from the family that I mentioned to you earlier.
Oh. Madre de Dios, it's you, Teresa. It's you, mija, isn't it?
Well, Julian seems to be resting comfortably.
And everything seems to be quiet south of the border.
Thank goodness. I just hope Julian can keep himself from being aroused till after his surgery.
It's not going to be easy, you know. Jules is such a sexual person. Just the sight of a beautiful woman makes him raise his plow.
Yeah, unfortunately, you're right.
Ooh, I know. What if we just keep ugly people around Julian until his surgery? You know, there must be some unattractive nurses around that could look after him.
Well, I don't think that it's legal to assign staff based on looks. But I'm not even sure it would work then, because I think even a beastly nurse could arouse Julian.
What about male nurses?
Maybe. God, I just hope Julian can control himself till after his surgery.
I've been watching, Pretty, and you're right. I think she's using her pregnancy to come between you and Luis. In fact, I think her threats to terminate her pregnancy are all a part of her plot.
Well, at least we agree on something. My question is, why do you care? It's no secret you'd love to see Luis and me apart.
True. Just telling you what I see. And I went through the same thing with Beth. Only she wasn't really pregnant. She was faking the whole thing. But by the time I could really prove it, it was all too late. But that's besides the point. We both know Pretty is really pregnant.
Yes, we know that for sure. Don't we? I'm getting rid of Gertrude as soon as Lilithan is shipped off to boarding school.
I don't know, honey. I mean, you still have Jonathan and little, what is her name?
Jane?
Yes. Yeah. And with 2 small kids to take care of and then spending your nights coupling with Ethan, it might be too much for you. So maybe you should, think about keeping Gertrude. And besides, it's going to be really hard to find anyone as hideous looking as she is.
I don't care, okay? All I know is that that woman, she gets under my skin. I don't know exactly why.
It's you. Oh, my God. Oh. My precious, beautiful Teresa. It's you, isn't it?
No, I'm not your daughter.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are my daughter. Oh, my God. I can't believe you're alive.
Okay. It's me.
I know it. I know
I'm so sorry. Oh, God, yeah, I'm here. I survived the shock attack, and I made it to Harmony, and I stayed dead so that I could be close to Ethan and the children, and I wanted to tell you, Mama.
It's okay, Mia. It's okay. You're alive. That's all that matters. I still can't believe it, Mia. Oh, Teresa, you're alive, Mia. Oh, God.
Shades of Bruce Willis! Julian is going to die hard!
Juanita Vasquez, you are under arrest.
You have to leave Harmony before it's too late.
Nothing and no one is going to tear us apart.
Evil really is coming to Harmony.